Hey y'all, welcome to Skyler's Tip Tuesday voice lesson. In this video, we're going to cover breathing, stretching and balancing, ear training, vocal warm-ups, and harmonizing. Harmonizing is something that singers do often, especially if you're in a choir, in a group, or you're singing your own backing tracks. You want to know how to harmonize, how to hear that note within a chord, within the key, and make sure you're not off key. So I'm gonna help you guys with that today. If you want to take lessons with me, you can take online lessons or you can come in the studio in Atlanta. You can find me on social media at Skyler's Music Studio, or if you want to register on the site, you can go to skylersmusicstudio.com and register for lessons. I teach voice, piano, ukulele, and music theory. Let's get started. All right, so let's do some stretching and balancing. I'm starting with my ankles, stretching and twisting them, then my legs, knees. I like to make sure that I am fully relaxed when I'm singing. I'm not stressed. I don't have any tension in my body because it definitely will show if you're performing or singing or practicing or anything like that. As a performing artist, it's really important to be in some kind of good shape. I like to work out a couple times a week, more so to build my endurance and just to be fit. But it definitely makes a difference if I'm on stage for a couple hours and having to entertain a crowd and be energetic for long periods of time. You want to be able to do that, and adding that workout regimen into your schedule is really going to help you build that endurance and not get winded. I've been getting a lot of questions on why this is important. I do this because it helps you learn to control your diaphragm. When you're singing a long phrase or preparing for a phrase, you want to make sure that first you know how to take in enough air for that phrase or just enough air for that phrase. When you're singing that phrase, you want to be able to sustain it with your breath. You don't want to let all your air out on the first note, and you don't want it to get weak and feel unsupported. So you really need to learn how to master your diaphragm and learn how to keep it open in a sense. So when you're breathing in and holding it, it's like you're training your diaphragm to stay open and controlling it. So you have control of how powerful you want your voice to be. So make sure you remember to breathe in through a small straw, and you should really feel that diaphragm working. You should feel like a contraction, like it's working down here. It's like ab workout. We're going to breathe in for 12 counts. We're going to breathe in, hold our breath, and then snake pause. Okay? So 1, 2, breathe in for 12 and breathe. All right, good. Awesome job. If you didn't make it to 12 this time, it's okay. Just keep trying. Go back to 10, go back to 8, and just work your way up. Now we're going to do 3 and 4 note melodies, and I want you to just sing it back to me on La. So like this. So you want to make sure that you match each pitch directly. So let's go. Next, we're going to do the number song. We can also do it on solfege, but we're going to do it with numbers today. And we're just going to go up to 5. It goes like this. 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, to the next number. Eventually we might do some skips, 1, 3, 1, 5, or something like that. But right now we're just going to do seconds. So second intervals are when you just go up a step, like a staircase. Da 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 da, da da da, 1, 2, 3, or think of 3 blind mice, 3 blind mice. We're going to go up and we're going to do that number song and just say those numbers and think about the space. Feel the space actually. Feel how much space or little space you have to use to just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Feel that distance. Let's start. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, So I love this warm-up. I do this warm-up a lot with my students who need a little bit of extra ear training, and it really helps them. The more they do it, the more they understand that sense of, oh, it's just a step. It's just one little nudge, and being able to feel what that feels like. Da, 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 just a little step. All right, so let's get into some warm-ups. We're gonna start with the lip trill. One more time. If you can't do a glissando on a lip trill, you can do it with the hum. All right, so let's do the 5-note scale on a lip trill or a hum, whichever one. Awesome. So we're going to do descending arpeggios on ma. Arpeggios are thirds, so it's a little bit more, it's like skipping a note in your voice. So it's going to go like this. Ma, 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 like that. Ma, 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 Awesome. Let's do the 5-note scale, but we're gonna add one. So we're gonna go and la. do the 5-note scale, but we're going to start at the highest note and work our way down like this. Ma, ma, ma. 1, 2, breathe in. Ma, ma, ma. Ma, ma, ma. Ma, ma, I really like that one because you start at the highest note and you have to be ready for that high note, meaning you have to be very prepared when you're breathing in. When you breathe in for these warm-ups, you want to breathe in a yawn. So you want to open everything. When you breathe in a yawn, your rib cage expands, just everything just kind of opens and relaxes, just as if you were doing a regular yawn. Okay, so let's chat a little bit about harmonizing. Some really cool ways to learn how to harmonize is listen to your favorite song. Listen for those backing vocals that have harmony and try singing along and matching those notes. I really emphasize the scale so that students really get a sense of key. We always do these 5-note scales or octave scales, and most of the time it's with solfege and even the solfege Kerwin signs. So if we were in the key of C, it would be do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. The easiest way to harmonize is doing thirds. So if I were to play do, do, re, mi, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, mi, do. You want to be able to hear those thirds. So if this was the chord, you would want to be able to pick out any of these notes to hit. So do, sol, mi, do. They make harmonies. And right now, I'm going to play a do, and I want you to find mi. And it's really helpful if you can count in your head, if you can kind of hear that note in your head before you sing it out loud. So if I were to play this. Do, mi. Okay? So I hear that in my head. I'm skipping re, skipping a note. So it's different from when we did our scales. It's kind of like that arpeggio we did where we would skip a note and we did it in thirds. Do, mi, sol. I want you to try to find mi. I'm going to play do. Try to find mi. Do. Think about where that mi would be. Think about those steps in your mind. 1, 2, 3. 1, 3, mi. Let's do another one. Do. 1, 3, mi. Let's play a mi and see if you can find do. Think about that 3 blind mice. Do. 3 blind mice. Mice. Mi, re, do. Let's do one more. Try to find do. So that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. If there's anything you would like me to cover in the next video, leave a comment. Also, be sure to follow me. If you want lessons, hit me up. Thanks, y'all.
Don't you see?